What's up, guys? It's your girl, Angel Marie from All the Above, and I'm joined here today by singer-songwriter Dominic Patrick. How are you?
I'm good. And hello, guys.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Of course.
How are you? How was your weekend?
I mean, got to make some music. Eagles won.
Yes.
So, I mean, I had a pretty phenomenal weekend.
I know that's right.
Yeah,
I mean,
good.
The Eagles won, so everybody in a good mood, right?
We in a great mood. Like, we hype right now. You
Okay.
know, so everything is working in my favor this weekend. I see you got your Eagles on.
Got
too.
that Kelly Green on. So you ready to get into this interview?
Let's do it.
So first and foremost, what inspired you to pursue a career in music?
Wow. Music, I mean, I come from a musical family, so pursuing a career in music was literally kind of not an option early on. You know, we all had to sing. My mom was one of 12 kids.
Ooh.
So she sang on a choir. Our family had an adult choir and they recorded when she was like younger. And so there was just 40 grandkids. And so we had a youth choir. So again, you was on the choir. It wasn't optional. So I've been singing my whole life. You know, I think coming back to singing in 2021, like after my daughter was, you know, old enough, you know, and she was going to college, I was like, I think I could do this again. I'm not too old. I'm back out here. So that's when I dropped my first, I call it my debut project in 2021, which was Ships.
Yeah, shout outs to you. Well, first of all, I'm curious. So the fact that all the grandkids, all the kids, everyone was thrown into the choir. What happened if you couldn't sing? They would just, go and get it together.
You got to figure it out. We might make fun of you afterwards. You probably wouldn't have had a lead. But again, when we was younger, it was really about energy more than it was about just the vocals. Like, so I had a cousin who doesn't even sing now. I'm not going to say her name, Lacan. But she wasn't the best singer, but she had the right energy. So she would get all the leads. And we would be so mad. It was like, I'm a singer. I'm a singer. So now she's one of our biggest supporters. So
it's all about the vibes.
It's about the vibe. You got the energy.
I love that.
Yeah.
So as a music artist, how would you define your sound? What do you believe makes you unique and stand out?
You know, I actually stopped really defining myself as much recently. I think specifically with Ships, because I feel like that was holding me back a lot from doing music and releasing music and dropping music. Because I was like, is this good enough? Is this? And I really just started just kind of going with what I felt and then letting the fans kind of tell me what they loving and kind of going with it. So it's not like I'm specifically just catering to one group, but it's constantly making me to evolve and challenge myself. I think I recently did a show and somebody was like, I need to hear you doing some Teddy P. And I was like, ooh, don't tempt me with a good time. Okay. So, you know, that inspired me. So I'm always just being inspired by the fans and anybody that's listening to my music.
I love that. See, we love when people actually take in the critiques and the feedback that they get and apply them. So what kind of message do you like to relate through your music? What do you hope your audience gets out of it when they hear Dominic Patrick songs?
I hope you feel it's real. Like, you know, one of the things I really try, especially being a songwriter, I'm big on storytelling. Like, does it make sense? Like from the beginning to the end, like, is it a cliffhanger? You know, I know we talk about the bridge being going in R&B. A lot of people talk about that. But I hope that most of my projects are really conceptual. So usually if you see the title, you know, it's kind of telling you a story throughout the project. So I just hope that I'm meeting people where they are. I recently did an album that was like gospel inspired and it's called Witness. And you'll hear like my mom in them choir and some snippets from back when they were singing over 40 years ago. And that really was just inspired by life. I feel like life was tough for people. I heard people talking to me, talking about prayer, talking about love. And I just wanted to be able to communicate that. So I'm just always trying to stay current based off of real life events.
We love the relatable music. That's what pulls the people in.
It has to be.
Got to keep that going.
And I need to be able to listen to it. If I don't like it, it can't.
That part.
Gotta go.
So the fact that you have been in the game pretty much since you was out the womb, because your mama ain't play no games. None. How would you say your music has evolved throughout the years?
That's a good question. I think my music evolved. I did American Idol years ago. And I think when I got there, I remember my oldest brother saying to me, you got to see it before you see it. You know, and I was like, whatever. He always just being deep. But he was like, don't wait till you get there to realize you already did this. You made it there. And then you get starstruck and you shocked. And I would never forget when I walked into Hollywood Week and I saw Hollywood on the sign. And I was like, and I did exactly what he told me not to do, which was wait until I got there to kind of realize that I had this great opportunity in front of me. So I think that from those experiences, I learned a lot. You know what I mean? They kind of helped me to shape like where I wanted to go and kind of what I wanted to do in the career and to always be ready. So I think that now I'm just kind of, again, going with what I feel and then making sure I'm ready for the next thing by always constantly creating and thinking about my image and what do I want people to see me as.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. And we're not just going to graze over what you just mentioned because that's a whole conversation itself. That could be a whole interview, honestly, but we're going to quickly touch on that since you mentioned it. The fact that you were a part of American Idol and you were also a part of The Voice. Yeah. I feel like you're trying to be humble because you ain't want to throw it out there. So I'm going to throw it out there for you. You were part of 2 very big competition series for singers. So what was those experiences like?
American Idol, completely different. Like I said, I wasn't until I got there that I realized I had done something really awesome. Mm-hmm. Even though I probably auditioned for the show 4 times, it was like when I got there and I was around all singers and I realized that the show was really like, oh, I got to get here and be the artist. And I realized I wasn't an artist when I got there. I was a singer, but I wasn't an artist. So I think I wasn't really ready at that time. And I was happy that they saw that and they didn't just take me and try to mold me into something that I wasn't. So in that time, it didn't feel that way. I'm like, I sing better than all these people, but I quickly noticed the difference between myself and the people that was advancing in the show, that they kind of knew what they wanted to do. And it wasn't just about being a singer, but it was about being an artist. So when I got to The Voice, I think even the show was different. It was about The Voice. I was more of an artist. They saw that in me. And I evolved through the show, kind of being able to showcase myself in a way that represented me, I think, a little bit better.
Shout outs to you.
Thank you.